Hey guys, welcome back to Sammy Crypto Hub. Um, it's been quite some time. I hope you're doing fine and I hope you're making profit. Right? Okay, so last topic we talked about weak zone liquidity, and I was glad everybody was able to pick one or two things from the video and apply them on the chat. On their chat, I got some messages, but the teachings were very clear and they understood everything and they're using it for their daily buyers. Okay, so like I said on last video, I'm not going to teach everything on daily buyers, so I'll just keep breaking and breaking them down. All right, for daily buyers, you want to be looking at these four things. These are one of the four. These are mainly the four things that I look out. There are other factors, okay, but these are the four things I look out for mostly. One, you should understand that daily bias is unrealistic every day. You might have a bias today, it should remain for today. It's daily, you get a bias for today. Don't take that bias for tomorrow. See what today I've done, like see the price action today and price action of today, right? And when tomorrow candles open, use the past price action of the previous day to know what your bias is going to be telling you on the next day. So that's why it's kind of unrealistic. You don't want to be using the previous day bias for the new day. All right. Next thing you should be doing is look for nearest highs or lows. This is very important. Looking for your nearest high. Which high is price likely to run into, or which low is price likely to run into, and which high or low is it coming from? That's one of the things you should really understand. Then look for nearest FVG, fair value gap, imbalance, inefficiency, however you may call it. Look for the nearest around that area. Then look for nearest large wicks, what I mainly call the wick zones. I don't really joke with those. Okay, so let's look at charts today. So this is US 100. You can see the price action of this particular asset is very clear and easy to understand, right? So you should know that price is just running into buy side and sell side liquidity. I'm not saying that those of you trading supply and demand don't know what you're doing. Don't get me wrong. We all read the chart differently, but this is how I read mine. So this is my daily time frame, and you should outline all these highs and all these lows. They are lows where price are likely going to run into. Okay, we call them at the bottom is what sell side liquidity, at the top is buy side liquidity. Alright, so once price, okay, when price was here, price shoot out this large green candle. I was looking for it to take this buy side liquidity out. I don't know how long it will gallivant around there before it starts rejecting, but I'll just keep using my intraday drawn liquidity on power of 3 to make decisions in all of these places. But what am I likely to see? Price running to this word to sell side liquidity. When price came in, created a short term low, went up, and now that became my word sell side liquidity. I expected price to take it out, buy side liquidity, take it out, take this one out, take that one out again. The price finally run into this large FVG. You can see this large FVG. I'm trying to make this thing as simple as I can. You can see price run to refill this large FVG. It did not take sell side liquidity here, but it tapped into this daily order block and start rejecting. Once it tapped into this daily order block, refill the FVG. In the previous class, I made you and I taught you how to check for weak zone liquidities. So if you see a weak zone liquidity once price had tapped into this order block, but I'll be expecting price to take out the sell side liquidity first, but different pricing of the algorithm. Price started pulling up here. Price pulled up your takeout the short term buy side liquidity. At this particular time, I'll be looking for the week. Remember, I talked about this week in the previous in 2 videos back. Price started this week, gave me a reaction that is likely to go forward. So, and on the previous video, we were just right at this candle, and I keep mentioning that price will take out this social liquidity, which is 12,200 US 100, 12,200. So, price took out this short-term buy side liquidity after refilling this week. So you bring this high out. This is not just breakout and retest. You need to understand the logics behind these things. The logics I use behind these things. Okay. So price breakout created an FVG. Created an That FVG is what I'll be looking for nearest for price to reward, for price to fill. Then after it creates the FVG, my next D bias will be what? I'll be looking for price to fill that FVG. So I expect price to dump. It could be news or anything. I don't know. But I expect price to dump, refill that FVG, of which I made very clear in the previous video. After that, price did what? It showed a weak zone liquidity, of which I explained in the previous video. I showed you. You can go back and watch if you want to. I align this place with zone liquidity that price is likely to run for this high, and the price did that. Yes, price ran for that high. It took out with a week. Remember what I talked about on I don't know many videos back. I said if price is taking out a buy side liquidity or a sell side liquidity, for it to be really valid to me, I expect it to take out with candle body. Yes, price takes it out with a week. Okay, price takes it out with a week. Like this kind of this high, price took it out with a week. Very sharp rejection week. Then start rejecting all the way down here. But I want to see a sell side or buy side liquidity taken out with a candle body. That's if it's taken out the candle body, it's very strong. That's what I see from it. You see this week taking out this other side liquidity. You see how big it is, how large this week is. But look at this week taking out the side liquidity. It's even forming relatively equal highs. And remember what I talked about relatively equal highs. Okay, I think I've not talked about that yet when I talk about liquidities. Relatively equal highs, price prioritize them mostly to single highs, but every high on the chart is liquidity. Don't get yourself wrong. It doesn't need to be trend line, doesn't need to be double highs. Every high is a liquidity. I see this is a single high. It's my liquidity. My sell side liquidity and my buy side liquidity, sorry. But I'm expecting price to take it out to candle body, not just weak. So I'm still expecting price to push higher. Many people have started shorting the markets at this time. They started pulling up short. But I'm not doing that. I'm not pulling short. Yesterday I was on a trade short. I was busy. I could not trade the London session. I could not trade the New York session, though all what I wanted to see played out. So I went into the PM session, US PM session towards Asian range, and I took some scalp and I posted it on Twitter though. I took some scalp and I was done for the day for that day because I was very busy. So I was just free towards that night. So I was okay. Let me do something in the PM session. I have different times to look at the setup. So since I could not take it at New York AM session, I went ahead and take it towards the PM session. Having different time where you look for setups doesn't mean you should be trading all the setups every given time. I'm I'm kind of refining a particular strategy on how to treat this London session. London session is why I faded trading London session. I stopped trading London session. It's kind of it needs a lot of criteria for you to know that London session is going to play out very well. It's going to dump or it's going to fall. That kill zone, London kill zone, needs lot of characteristics or things you need to check out for. When from my mentor on ICT, he stated almost 15 facts why you shouldn't trade the London session. When you see those things, you should trade the London session. For example, if by 8 p.m. New York time, everything is ranging, like, sorry, not ranging. There's a high volatility in the market 8 p.m. From that Asian range to 8 p.m. New York time, and there's very high volatility in the market. Then at the opening, market is going to be very indecisional. So you shouldn't be trading long session. There are many other criteria also. So that's why I just faded trading London session for now until I study those criteria, get enough proof, enough evidence, enough um, experience on it before I can trade. But you might make profit from it, but there are days where you lost because you don't know those criteria you need to check out for. But if you are okay with the loss and your risk management is good, you can go ahead and trade London session. After you can still cover them back from New York session. Okay. I'm kind of building a strategy around it. Maybe when I'm done with that, I'll share it. So what I say here, you should look for nearest FBG. So price created a short-term high, pretending to take this, tricking sellers. On this particular point here, I'm not selling for too long. Price is tricking sellers, and this is our manipulation phase. I'm expecting price to manipulate below and pump higher today. I might be wrong, please don't get me wrong. I might be very, very wrong, but this is what I want to see. If it plays out fine, we are not perfect. Alright. So if you take out this scandal, there's an FVG here. You can see this FVG. You can see that FVG clearly. The gap between this candle, and this candle, you can see there. So if I'm looking for nearest FVG, why for my daily buyers, right? I'm expecting price to feel just like it did here, like it does every other places. I expect price to refill that imbalance, then run back forwards for the main continue its course, like for the buy side liquidity, and this is kind of creating a relative equal highs, which price prioritize very well. I'm expecting price to take that out. Okay, so this candle was bearish. I knew that this candle was going to be bearish, and I was on short. I was only looking for short. Though there was no power of three on this day. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a very heavy bear day, very red candle day, black candle, or whatever it was call it as. There was no power of three using the New York session for this day, for yesterday, but price refilled that FEG, tapped into daily order block. You can see that tapped into daily order block. I don't know how far it will fill into this daily order block, but you can see the previous FEG here that was filled. Price tapped into it, tapped into this daily order block. You can see this daily order block here. The candle and the colors change. Price tapped into the daily order block, then rejected. Okay, so I outlined that other block with a horizontal line. You see it here. Okay, so setting price to dump into it. Then maybe if there's any economic event later in the day, it will just start pumping all of a sudden. But I'm still expecting price to take out this high. Many people will be tricked to start selling at this point. These are the markets trick you guys to just jump and enter. Sellers, most of those traders, like, I'm not saying that that's what to do, but what I did that then when I was trading those SMC strategies, see stuff like this on the 4 hour, start looking for coach, looking for demand to place orders. let me let me make that clear. Let me just go to 4 hour. Okay, there's no coach here yet. Go to 1 hour. Okay, so it's what I'm trying to say for people that trade this BOS approach. People that trade this BOS approach, they would be expecting this to be what the breaking point. I'm expecting this to be their breaker. I'm just assuming. Okay, I'm not saying this is what you do. I'm expecting this to be their breaker when price restructure or culture whatever. And to be expecting to trade to short at this supply. Or maybe it's called inducement. I want to trade at the extreme edge. But I'm not looking at this price. Everybody have different way of studying or different way of looking at the chart. Okay, I'm not looking at this on 1 hour. This is my buy side liquidity is still there. Price have not finished its course. I called 20, 12,200, yes, and immediately price just stuck out to 12,200 on Telegram channel. It started rejecting. Yes, this happens, but I want price to take that out very clearly on or with a candle body. Go back to the daily time frame. So price tapping into this other block should give us what? A green candle. Take out this buy side liquidity. Now I don't know what else will happen here if price takes out this buy side liquidity. You can see all of this is a premium in the weekly candle, the weekly PDRA, all of this is a premium. So I'm expecting price to at least refill this premium. You see there's still every year price to refill. You see every year. You see that still every year. So I don't know how long price will do this, but what I was telling some guys on Twitter yesterday was that what I do is after price takes out BSL, buy side liquidity, or SSL, sell side liquidity, I don't try to predict or tell the chart what it should do exactly after that. Normally it's supposed to reverse, but I don't tell it that because if it keeps giving me impulsive move, then I'll be looking at this imbalance right here. Remember I told you what look for nearest highs and or look for nearest everything. If price should refill this imbalance and give a reaction like something like the weak zone liquidity, like I talked in the previous video, and give a reaction at this imbalance, then I'll get my confirmation or confidence that price is ready to what to sell. But if price should refill this, sorry, if price should take out this buy side liquidity, then maybe tap into this rejection block. There's a rejection block right here. If price should refill and tap into this rejection block, after tapping into that rejection block, then it forms a what reversal pattern. And different reversal patterns I look out for. You can study the chart to find out yours. If price should tap into this rejection block, forms a reversal pattern, I start shorting. I short. I look at what the chart does and react. Okay, I don't try to tell the chart what to do. I'm assuming my daily bias to be what to be price taking out this salary. I'm assuming if price does otherwise, I'll react to it. Okay, it's not 100% perfect. Nobody is 100% perfect. Okay, that's what most of us try to do these days. Try to claim be perfect, try to be the best among the best. There's no wrong in doing that. There's no wrong in doing that. But you should be honest with yourself. Deep down, do you actually know what you're doing? You made everybody around you, everybody you know on social media believe you're the best. But are you really cashing out? Are you really making profit? It's not about calling before and after. Are you making money from that before and after? That should be the question. Okay. Is your mind prepared? Is your psychology checked? Is your strategy good enough? What kind of trader are you? Have you found out the kind of trader you are? I was speaking on the podcast the other day and I was telling those guys that every trader should try to find who they are. What is your risk tolerance? Do you have patience? If you have patience, then you can fit with the swing trading pattern, swing trading strategy. You become a swing trader if your schedules are too tight. But you have a free schedule and you don't really have that patience, then you you need to become an intraday trader. You need to find out what you do. You see somebody with a lot of free schedules, maybe he doesn't have anything doing, free schedules, and he can't like he doesn't have that patience enough. But he's swing trading. your attitude or the characteristics of the person, your personality does not match with that, it does not fit with that. Okay, you need to know the kind of person you are. That's before you even dream of becoming the trader of your dreams, or the trader you wish to become. Okay, so let me give you more proofs on the weak zone or sell side liquidity I was talking about to be taken out. Okay, so you can see there was a buy side liquidity here. You can see that very clear. I've this is not, it's not only on this pair, but I've seen it on this pair and from other pairs. Okay, price take or price took out this buy side liquidity, right? Very clear, it did. When the price come back, yeah, why? Because it's kind of creating relatively core highs here. It's not taken out to candle, but like it's not taken out, it's just small weak. It's not taken out with impulsive um candle. It should be very impulsive like this. Even the wick is large. That wick large is giving a large liquidity for price to later come back to take. Okay, so what my point exactly is, if you have a buy side liquidity drawn or sell side liquidity drawn and price does this, don't be convinced yet it's ready to reverse. Always expect it to come back later. But you should be able to fit your power of three in your intraday trading. Power of three is one of the, in fact, it's not even one, it's the key thing to any intraday trader. It's the key thing to intraday trading. Power of three. Study your power of three, understand it very well. See how you can match it with your strategy at all possible costs if you are a intraday trader. Now, most of what you guys do is comparison. I don't compare myself to anybody. It's me versus me. I'm an omega lone wolf. Okay, so you see a swing trader making about 1000 plus percent PNL, and you are a day trader, you want to get that too, so you will flaunt on your status. That's not right. You know, as a day trader or possibly a an intraday trader, it's kind of impossible to get 1000 plus PNL, except there's an exchange that uses that is for crypto trader I'm talking about. Except there's an exchange that uses up to 500x leverage. It's kind of impossible. So you stop seeing things, stop feeling oppressed or jealous. Be happy for everyone, every person's win. And I do see a lot of swing traders, my dear. People that hold trades for a week, you know, 4 days. I cannot compare their PNL to mine. They're making I do see their PNLs 200, 300%, 400%, 1000%, and this is one of the mistakes you guys do. You fall for PNLs. Have you understood the trader you are? Is that what will best fit you? Swing trading or intraday or day trading? I trade intraday, I trade within a day. 3 hours, 2 hours, like yesterday's scalp took me just 10 minutes. And I made a 2 week operation. So I don't, my mind is kind of unshakable to what I see. It's self-discipline. It took me years to get to this stage. The stage of self-discipline. Trust me, I struggled a lot. Always comparing myself to other people. Maybe this might be my day 100 and that's their day 1000. So the footsteps are not supposed to be equal. Stop comparing yourself. Find out the kind of person you are. Treat what you are. Find out your personality. Okay, so this is going to be this for this particular daily bias. If there are more, I'll talk about it as I do. Yeah. So until next time, be safe.